video will be all about the performance evaluation for your quality management system. Clause 9.1. Monitoring, measurement, analysis and evaluation. Remember, previously I talked about the model plan, do, check, act, and now is the turns of actions. The organization shall determine what needs to be monitored and measured. What kind of your process, what kind of the result you want to monitor, and you want to know which can reflect the performance of your organization. For example, in your production, how is your rejection rate and how is your productivity? And also, we need to monitor the performance of your external provider. How is the performance of your external provider? Besides, we need to determine the performance, the quality of your products and services. We need to evaluate, we need to monitor, we need to measure the functionality and the result it can achieve. The monitoring and measurement included also the performance of your personnel, the competency of your personnel as well. There are so many things we need to monitor and measure. That's why every processes, the related personnel, the related person in charge, you need to determine how we are going to monitor the performance of your processes. And don't forget as well, you are having your own performance objective to achieve. Do you achieve your sales target? How are you going to measure and monitor? Do you achieve the customer satisfaction? How are you going to measure and monitor? Do you achieve the productivity that you want to achieve? Once you have determined what needs to be monitored and measured, the next is you have to think about the methodology to monitor and measure. What is the most suitable method for monitoring, measurement, analysis and evaluation needed to ensure the valid results? Let's say for customer satisfactions, you are going to monitor throughout the year any complaint received. You can also distribute the customer feedback form to obtain their feedback. For the production process, you can analyze the data of your inspection. Look at all the inspection, all the analysis, all the testing you've done. How is the result? How many rejection encounter? And you might also use some software system to key in all the data and come out the statistical graph chart for you to analyze the performance of your organization. And next, when you are going to perform the measurement and monitoring, let's say for the performance of external provider, you need to evaluate the performance of your external provider during every delivery, and of course in your production process or during the release of your product to your customer, you need to carry out the inspection at all time for every batch of the release to your customer. And if you are a service provider, every time once you provide the services, do you evaluate the performance of the personnel? Do you obtain the feedback from your customer? And you need to set an interval when you are going to monitor, measure and evaluate the total result and figure out the improvement plan. From the evaluations, we can determine how effective our processes being performed. And don't forget to retain all this documented information as evidence. Clause 9.1.2. Customer satisfaction. Customer is very important. If they are satisfied with our services and product, they will continue to buy our product and engage our services. The organization shall monitor customer perceptions of the degree to which their needs and expectations have been fulfilled. Therefore, we need to determine the method on how to obtain and monitor the customer satisfaction level. This can be carried out through evaluate any warranty claims from the customer. Is the warranty claims very frequent? If the frequency is very high, this means that the customer always have complaint on our products. And the next, we need to always monitor, we need to always communicate with the customer. Does the customer have any complaints regarding our product or services? At the same time, we can analyze the loss of customer. Look at our customer database. our customer database is getting expand, getting more and more customer, or we are losing the existing customer. If this is happening, we need to approach to the customer and getting their feedback for improvement. Why they don't want to continue our product and services. And lastly, don't forget to carry out the customer annual feedback survey. You need to distribute the annual customer satisfaction survey to your customer and obtain their feedback, their rating on your products and services. Clause 9.1.3 Analysis and Evaluation. The organization shall analyze and evaluate appropriate data and information arising from monitoring and measurement. The result of analysis shall be used to evaluate the performance of your management system. We are always monitoring our processes. We are always monitoring the performance of our product quality and services. From the data obtained, we need to compile the data and come up with the conclusion. Of course, you should not carry out this analysis in the end of the year, after a year. Then it will be too late. We need to set a short interval, let's say monthly, quarterly, to evaluate the performance data so that we can carry out the improvement plan or any contingency plan immediately. The evaluation including the conformity of your products and services. As I explained previously, throughout the whole production process, throughout the whole inspection activity and also the quality control activity, you are having all the analysis data. When you're analyzing the analysis data, you can know the performance of your product, how much the productivity of your product, how much the rejection rate of your product. When you had determined the rate, the evaluation data, you must figure out and discuss what is the root cause, what is the area of improvement needed to improve the rejection rate. And of course, beside the product, if you are a service provider, you need to get feedback from your customer about the service provider. If you are a calibration provider, after you carry out the calibration service, get the feedback from your customer. Do they understand the calibration certificate that you provided? If you are a testing laboratory, do you provide any technical support? Any customer feedback or any customer complaint regarding your services? And as I mentioned also, customer satisfaction is very important. If the customer always complain about your product and services, then definitely your sales for your product and services will be reduced. Second, the degree of customer satisfaction. This I had explained in clause 9.1.2. Third, the performance and effectiveness of your quality management system. Don't forget, in your organization, you are not just only having the production process. You have also the human resource process which monitor the performance and competency of your personnel. You are having the sales department which monitor your sales target and also the customer satisfaction. And also, you might having also your calibration laboratory, your testing laboratory, your maintenance department, your warehouse, and also you might having also your calibration or maintenance department who monitor the performance of your machinery, equipment, instrument, and its accuracy. Besides, you have also the testing department which monitor the quality control activity and the performance of your product quality. Nevertheless, the company might be supported by your purchasing department who lies with the external provider. Therefore, they know the best the performance of the external provider. And of course, during the performance evaluation for the external provider, the purchasing personnel need to obtain the feedback from the requester or the user. And some more, the organization might also having the design department, warehouse department, and more. All these available processes in your organizations, definitely you need to monitor the performance and its effectiveness. As I had highlighted many times, why we need to carry out analysis and evaluations. We need to analyze and evaluate to determine whether all this planning that we done have been effectively implemented and also achieve the intended result. If we cannot achieve the intended result, definitely and immediately we need to carry out any of the corrections and improvement plan. From the planning done and also through the evaluation of the effectiveness for the actions taken, we might also can address any risk and opportunity. To refresh back your memory about the risk and opportunity, please refer clause 6.1. The risk rating can be always changed. If the probability is reduced, this means that the action taken is effective. 6. The performance of external provider. The performance of external provider is very important as well because it will influence the quality of our products and services. At all times, if you are not satisfied with the products and services provided by the external provider or there are any non-compliance encounter, do remember immediately communicate with your external provider without delay. Both parties need to seek for the best solution to resolve the problems. If the issue keep on repeating and encounter, we need to consider, do we still want to continue with this external provider or there are any alternative options of the second or third external provider to be selected. All this analysis and evaluation need to compile into a report, statistical chart, data, table or whatsoever the best methodology to present the quality and performance of your organization. And lastly, to initiate the needs for improvement for your quality management system. Clause 9.2. Internal audit. Internal audit means that we set an interval a day to check back our processes, our SOP, whether we comply to the requirements or not. Of course, you need to know what is your requirements. The requirements include your ISO 9001 standard, your company documented written SOP, work instruction, and any policy objective set to comply. We need to aware the importance and purpose to carry out the internal audit. The organization need to conduct the internal audit at planned intervals to provide information on whether the quality management system conforms to the organization's own requirement for its quality management system and requirement of this 9001 international standard. Throughout the processes of internal audit, the organization can determine whether this quality management system have been effectively implemented and comply. The organization shall plan for the internal audit. The person in charge should plan for the audit schedule and communicate to the related personnel. Besides, the person in charge shall plan as well the frequency of the internal audit throughout the years. Minimum one-time internal audit is requirements. And of course, you can carry out internal audit more than one time. It can be every quarterly or every half-yearly as well. What is the most suitable methodology to carry out the internal audit? You can interview the related personnel to know about their understanding and awareness about their processes. You can review the documented information done by the related personnel, whether they execute their tasks accordingly and accurately. And of course, you need to observe the operation and activity. You need to observe personally whether do they perform the task accordingly or not. If you are the appointed internal auditor, you need to consider as well what is the area of importance and significance to be audited. You might also can review back the previous audit to determine the area of concerns. Define the audit criteria and scope of each audit. As an internal auditor, you must be very familiar and understand the process you are going to audit. If you don't understand about their process, how do you expect to interview, to understand, or to review and checking their record? The organization shall select auditors and conduct audits to ensure objectivity and impartiality of the audit process. This means that the auditor cannot audit their own process. The auditor from sales department cannot audit sales department. The auditor from production department cannot audit production department. However, the production personnel can audit the maintenance department or testing laboratory. And the person from testing laboratory can audit the warehouse department. End of the internal audit, the internal auditor need to compile all the audit report and report to the relevant management personnel. The person in charge of the process or the head of department need to take any actions required to resolve the problems of the process without undue delay. All the related documented information for this internal audit shall be retained as evidence of compliance and non-conformity. Clause 9.3. Management review. Management review means that the top management review the performance of the processes. This can be carried out during the annual meeting of the year. And of course, you can set your own shorter interval, which can be quarterly or half-yearly review by the top management. Top management shall review the organization's quality management system at planned intervals to ensure its continuing stability, adequacy, effectiveness, and alignment with the strategic direction of the organization. Throughout this management review, the top management can understand the effectiveness of the management system performance, and the top management can come out a decision and initiative what kind of the improvement plan, and also making a approval for any suggestion required. The management review agenda or inputs included the status of action from previous management review. If this time not the first management review that you carry out, you need to review back the findings from the last management review. During the last management review, you might come out some decisions or action to be taken to improve the whole management system. Therefore, we need to review back the action taken last time. How effectively the action being taken? Is the case closed? Do we need to take any further actions and improvement? Second, any changes in external and internal issues for the quality management system. For example, the pandemic of COVID-19. What is the influence and this issue caused to the organizations? How is your product or services in the market share? Any influence from the currency changes? The turnover rate happened in the organization? The expansion required for your production or the scope expansion for your product and service range? And whatever the external and internal issue related to your quality management system they encounter or foreseen to be happen, you might want to discuss during this management review. Next, the information on the performance and effectiveness of your quality management system. During this management review, you are going to present the relevant data or the relevant report regarding the product and service conformity. Remember the clause 9.1 and 9.2, we have compiled all the related statistical data, report and charts. It's time to present to your management for review. The review including the trends in the customer satisfaction and feedback from relevant interested parties. Interested party included your customer, shareholder, your own staff, colleagues, communities and neighborhood. How is your key performance indicator performance? Do you achieve your objective? If the objective cannot be achieved, why this is happening? Any solutions or proposal? How is the performance of your products and services? Any problems, any reject, any complaints from your customer regarding the product and services? The management will review also any of the non-conformity happened throughout the years. This non-conformity, not just the non-conformity related to your product and services, it can be also any non-conformity related to any of the processes in your organizations. Present also the report and statistical data about your monitoring and measurement results, the audit results and also the performance of your external provider. Fourth, we are going to review the adequacy of resources. The resources cover the manpower, the machinery, equipment, and the expansion of your scope of business. If you plan for recruitment of more resources, you need to convince your management for their approval. If you plan to extend your business of scope for your products and services, definitely you need to propose during the management review the adequacy of resources required. How many recruitments of manpower required? What type of the equipments or expansion of the layout required? All this must be submitted in a detailed and comprehensive proposal during this management review. If you wish to add on any of the machinery due to the machinery breakdown, aging or expansion, you need to convince your management and obtain approval. Review also the result of your risk assessment. Your management need to know about the risk and opportunity encountered from every processes and activities. From the risk assessments carried out, every processes had proposed and initiate many correction and corrective action or improvement plan. Throughout this management review, we are going to review how effective the action being taken. And the last agenda and inputs, opportunity for improvement. We are reviewing so many inputs regarding the quality management system. For what? For the improvement and any opportunity arising from the processes. We are expecting the output from the management review included the decision and actions related to opportunity for improvement, any need for changes to the quality management system, the resources needed, and you must retain the documented information as evidence that the result of the management review. This can be documented in meeting minutes. Make your meeting minute as a tool, as a checklist. The meeting minute shall be circulated and communicated to the relevant personnel to ensure that the person mentioned in the meeting shall take the actions required. Therefore, your meeting minute shall be clearly defined, the action to be taken, the person in charge, and the time frame required to accomplish the mission assigned. And finally, our last clause 10, improvement. Seeking for improvement will be our mission at all times. The organization shall determine and select opportunity for improvement and implement any necessary actions to meet customer requirements and enhance the customer satisfaction. Under clause 10.1, the organization shall always improve the products and services to meet requirements as well as to address future needs and expectations. The organization shall correct, prevent or reduce the undesired effects and impacts from the processes. And lastly, improving the effectiveness and performance of the quality management system. Clause 10.2, non-conformity and corrective action. Non-conformity is always happen throughout the processes and may be at any times. Whenever happen any of the non-conformity, we must take actions to correct and resolve it. We need to deal with the consequences, and the action taken we call immediate action or correction. When the immediate action has been taken, we need to further evaluate and investigate the root cause of the non-conformity. Why this is happening? For example, when the external provider delivers the wrong product to you, what is your immediate actions? Definitely, you will return the wrong item to the external provider and request for replacement, and the external provider will replace or return the correct product to your site. This is called immediate action or correction. And this is not the end of the story. We need to evaluate and investigate the root cause of this non-conformity. Why the external provider deliver the wrong item to us? Is it because in our purchase order, we didn't mention the details of the product order? This error is due to our side or from the external provider. We need to communicate with the external provider as well. After the investigation, if we found out actually is because of our purchase order, we never mentioned clearly about the product order, and we just threw the verbal conversation with the external provider and caused the misunderstanding of the external provider and not deliver of the wrong item. That's why in the next order for any purchase, we need to indicate clearly the product's requirements and criteria in the purchase order. This is to prevent the same issue or non-conformity repeat again. And the action taken to prevent the recurrence we call corrective action. The purpose of investigation of the root cause and initiate the corrective action is due to we want for improvement. We don't want to keep on repeating the same mistake. Once we have implemented the corrective action, we need to monitor the effectiveness of the corrective action taken. How to monitor? We need to review whether the same issue, the same non-conformity encountered again within the short period. If the same issue or non-conformity is repeated, this means that the corrective action taken is not effective and we need to initiate further actions for improvement to prevent the recurrence again. Do remember to update your risk and opportunity in your risk assessment for every non-conformity encountered. When non-conformity happen, this means that there are areas in concerns and need us to monitor the nature of the non-conformity, the correction immediate actions, the root cause, the corrective action, and the verification of the effectiveness of the action taken shall be documented in your non-conformity report.
And then if you could give your oxygen tanks a stir.
Roger that.
Hey, we've got a problem here.
What did you do?
Nothing, I stirred the tanks.
Whoa. Hey.
This is Houston. Say again, please.
Houston, we have a problem.
Well, unfortunately, we're not landing on the moon, are we? I don't care what anything was designed to do. I care about what it can do. So let's get to work. Let's lay it out, okay? Failure is not an option.
Gene, we have a situation brewing with the carbon dioxide.
We had a CO2 filter problem on the lunar module,
5 filters on the limb.
which were meant for 2 guys for a day and a half. So I told the doc,
You're already up to 8 on the gauges. Anything over 15 and you get impaired judgment, blackouts, the beginnings of brain asphyxia.
What about the scrubbers on the command module?
They take square cartridges.
The ones on the limb are round.
Tell me this isn't a government operation.
It just isn't a contingency we've remotely looked at.
Those CO2 levels are going to be getting toxic.
Well, I suggest you gentlemen invent a way to put a square peg in a round hole. Rapidly.
Okay, people, listen up. People upstairs handed us this one, and we gotta come through. We gotta find a way to make this fit into the hole for this, using nothing but that. Let's get it organized.
Okay, let's build a filter.
Better get some coffee going, too, someone.
The deadly CO2 gas is literally poisoning the astronauts with every breath in and out.
Heads up, heads up.
And spokespeople will not comment further.
Go. Heads up, people, look out now.
What's this?
That's what they gotta make.
Well, I hope you got the procedures for me.
Right here.
That's it?
Alright, Aquarius, this is Houston. Do you have a flight plan up there?
Affirmative, Andy. Jack's got one right here.
Okay, we have an unusual procedure for you here.
We need you to rip the cover off.
I want you to rip the cover off the flight plan.
With pleasure.
Alright, now the other materials you're going to need here are a lithium
Hydroxide canister. You need 2 lithium hydroxide canisters, I'm sorry. A roll of gray tape.
Duct tape.
That's duct tape. You need an LCG bag, 2 LCG bags, the red suit hoses, and you've got the flight plan covered.
I tore it. Houston, what do we do if we rip the bag? Can we tape it?
They just tore the bag. Stand by.
What you tell them to do?
Well, they should have one more bag left.
Houston, filters in place.
Roger, 13.
Suit circuit relief to close. CO2 canister, select to secondary. All right.
I can hear air moving.
Just breathe normal, fellas.
Aquarius, please advise on CO2 status.
Yeah, Houston, we're taking a look at those numbers right now.
We're still holding close to 15, Houston. Roger that, standing by.
Houston, the CO2 level has dropped to 9, and it is still falling.
Yes. Good job.
That is good to hear, Aquarius. And you, sir, are a steely-eyed missile man.
Clause 10.3, continual improvement. The organization shall always seek for opportunity for improvement. Then only the business can be growth better and better. The organization shall continually improve the suitability, adequacy, and effectiveness of the quality management system as previously explained many times. The organization can obtain the opportunity for improvement by considering the result of analysis and evaluations, outputs from the management review to determine if there are needs or opportunity as part of continual improvement. Improvement not just only happen once. It is a continual process. That's why we call continual improvement. Throughout the continual improvement, we are not just only improve the quality of our products and services, we are improving the personal competency and capability, improving the process flow and its effectiveness, widen the market opportunity, and many more. We have completed all the sections and all the clauses of ISO 9001 requirements. Hopefully, throughout all this video you attended, you can have more understanding about the implementation and the benefits from these ISO 9001 requirements. ISO 9001 not just only for certification purpose, it really does helps in your process and improve your process flow. And lastly, wish you success in implementing and executing this ISO 9001 quality management system.